Hi everyone, Great Power 60 here. So I thought I would show you so far what I've been up to. Now, some of them you've already seen. This is a new page that I cut off of watercolor paper, and I just threw these together, and we were testing these cellophane type tape, old tape. Anyway, that was one. So I haven't done anything with that page yet. So I was trying to go in order of when I started doing things, and I was trying to come up with which one I did first. And I think it was this one. I think this was my first. I don't remember. Let's see if we can bring you in a little bit. Sorry, I'm gonna have to adjust my camera here. Bring it in. I'm just learning how to do these silly things here. Anyway, so this is my first one. This is a page from my book. I remember I was doing some playing around with my wax seal stuff, and then I decided to put one of the wax seals on here. So this was my first one that I did. I'm pretty sure it was my first one. We'll put those over there. Then I think, because I can't remember which I did first, I should check my videos. I made this little journal with an elastic cover, an elastic that goes right through, kind of binding it together. Let me go out again because it's too much. And I think I did this next. And I kind of put this together, and I've shown you this where we've gone through it and what I was experimenting with, what I was trying, different things, using vellum and playing with different colors, not just vintage. I wanted to try something else with some stickers that I had. And of course, that was my butterfly page. And there's the center where I put the holes and tied it in a knot. And I haven't gone any further with this one yet. So that is that one. So that was the first one, I believe. And I think the book was next. And then I got the prayer cards and decided to make a prayer card gratitude journal. And you've seen this as well. I have shown you this where I've made this first page, this double page, and I'm really pleased with it. I really like the way it looks. Now, that was the first page. I haven't gone any further, but what I do want to do, though, is leave places or put in some kind of page where I can write on it and use it as a journal. So that was that one. Then earlier today, I was playing around with all kinds of different things. I was playing around with different, trying to incorporate different, like these ladybugs, incorporating those, incorporating some other, and then I tried to spritz, it spritzed too much, so I tried to water it down. Excuse me. I just got a cough. Take a drink. Eventually, I want to put these and I'm trying to keep them in order and put them into a bigger journal, since I'm just practicing with the pages. And I think I do have one, what I called a practice journal, where I'm just learning, I'm just trying my hand at arts with different textures and so on. I haven't quite got into that yet. And then I played around with this one today. So that was another one that I have played around with. So I haven't put a lot of texture in here. I haven't added a lot of, you know, like butterflies or anything, you know, on there that I could, you know, make it, it's all very flat, this particular one. So that is another one. Now I do have another step I want to take, where I want to be able to not only create these art journals, but create maybe some pockets with it or whatever. But for now, this is just what I'm doing. And now I've got another page here that I've just started. I just threw it together. I'm not doing anything with that yet. I had got this, I think it's a sketchbook. And I tried to put some washi around it, and it keeps coming undone, and it's really annoying. So I think I'm going to just rip it right off. I don't care if it rips or not, because basically I've been taking these pages out, but I didn't want to. I wanted to keep the pages in there so that there was some sort of rhyme or reason. So if I start ripping things, I don't know why I decided to put the darn, let's just rip it right off, washi tape on there. It could be because it's old. It could be who knows what. I don't know why. It's still very sticky, but it just keeps coming off, and it's so super annoying. Anyway, that's what I have been up to in between looking after Mom and trying to cope on a daily basis. Some days she is not too bad, and other days she can be really a handful. And I have found, since I'm talking about Mom, I have found that instead of my, and forgive me, but I do get impatient. There are times when I'm driving and she's talking about going there, and she's telling the drivers to move, and I ignore most of it. But, you know, sometimes, you know, we'll be following a car and it's turning. I don't know if I mentioned this before. I may have, because I do repeat myself. And it's turning, and she'll be quite upset with me that I'm not turning, when in fact we can't turn there because we want to go straight. I want to go home. I don't want to go down some stranger's street or what. And she does get quite annoyed. And my children, of course, remember Mom as a driver, and Mom was not a very good driver and not very patient. Okay, that might be a little sticky on there, so I'm going to get my patting thing. I'm going to pat it down, and I think I'm going to try and do something with the cover because it's ripped and everything, so I'm going to have to play around with it. Yeah, Mom was, my father was not a good driver either. Thank God I don't take after them. I'm much more patient. My father, he was a tailgater. Do you know what those are? Someone who sits on someone's house and doesn't like to have anybody in front of them, and he's got to go, And oh, he used to make me so nervous. And my mother was the opposite. She'd see somebody braking about 5 car lengths ahead and she'd bang, slam on the, not slam on the brake, but pretty darn hard that it jerks you, you know. And her mother, my grandmother, when she was driving with Mom, she didn't like it. And when she would come into my car and I'd be driving, you know, at first she would be a little nervous because she'd expect me to be like Mom. And I'm nothing like my mother. I'm a very good driver. And she would say to me, she would say, "Oh, I like driving with you. You're such a good driver." It's because, you know, I learned to drive by one of the lessons that we learned is we have passengers in the car. And when you're driving, you really need to be aware that they're in the car and their comfort is important. I don't know why we learned this. I don't know why my driver's ed, when I took driver's ed many years ago, but that was one of the issues. Always remember that if you have passengers in the car, think of their comfort. Think of, you know, like not speeding and scaring them and not slamming on your brakes and, you know, all of that kind of thing. So that's where I guess I got my patience, although once in a while I'm amazed at how bad some drivers are. And I do voice my opinion on occasion. And other times I just laugh. Other times I'm just laughing at how badly they drive or how much in a hurry they are. Or, I mean, I'm not a slow driver. I drive the speed limit and sometimes a little more. I could have a heavy foot occasionally, but anyway, now I've got to think about how I'm going to decorate that front page now that I've kind of destroyed it. And I'm going to have to find something somewhere in my stash. I'm trying to pick up one of my papers. This is very thin paper, but I'm just wondering, and I've used quite a few pages in here. I'm just wondering if I thought I saw one with books. Now there's magnifying glass. Oh, here's one with books. I wonder if I could use that page. Let's rip her out and see if I could use that in some way to make it. That could be a nice cover on there, I think. What do you think? I think it's kind of a nice, I love books anyway. I love old books. Books. Yeah, I think that's what I will do. Anyway, guys, I just thought I would share what I'm doing, how I'm doing. I'm getting better, slow but sure. It's taking time. Sorry, I'm just cutting here. But I'm finding that it's very relaxing, and what else? Creative. It's allowing me to be a little bit creative. It's allowing me to find another venue for my creativity. Now, I may never be really good at it, but I like how I feel when I'm doing it. I don't feel any stress or any pressure. I kind of like that. And then maybe have something on here, you know, some kind of title on there. I think that would be great. And that way when I open it up, I'll have all of these various pages. I don't know why that's there. Yeah, I kind of like that. Anyway, guys, that's it for me for tonight. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again next time. I am going to be doing a DIY of someone that I watched. I think her channel is called Lovely Moments Crafts, maybe. Lovely Moments is definitely the first part. And she does, you know, maybe about 5 to 10 different types of DIYs. And that's why I had bought the basket when you saw my haul. That's where I got the inspiration to get that basket, because she made a real nice flower pot out of it. So we shall see if I can maybe not do as good a job, but at least get the gist of it and see how that goes. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Thanks for supporting me. I have a couple of other, I'm not just doing these journaling. These are more, I think, for me. I hope you don't mind sharing it with me, but it's more of a de-stressor. It's more of a calm way to create, rather than having to make something that I've made before, like my puppy dog houses, things like that. That doesn't take time, but I hope you know what I'm talking about. And I don't want to do things that I've done before. So we shall see. We're on a crafty journey, and I don't know where it's going. And I hope you'll join me again next time. Take care. Bye for now.